There's Brussels. Okay, cool. So we can flip away from political philosophy and go to military tradition, because I need all the combat strength I can get. Speaking of, I've got a lot of iron now. I'm pulling back my warrior. I'm going to just convert one warrior into a swordsman. Oh, Germany loves me. Yes. They love the fact that I haven't put... I always think this is an absolute backhanded compliment. Eternal Enigma like civilizations that do not keep the maximum number of districts. So they're saying, I love you because you're terrible at the game. And I'm like, thank you. This isn't a bad settlement place, but there's a place just to the north with 2 horses. When you're putting these first cities down, you might as well just go for the really good spots. An economy of 4 horses per turn is a really, really big deal. There's Brussels. And whilst I'm not at war, I'm taking Classical Republic. I know oligarchy makes me stronger in combat, but whilst I've got such really, really decent settling locations and like real mountain passes, I'm going to hold those. Settle a card. Urban planning. Let's go Diplomatic League. And what else shall we do? 2 gold per turn from trade routes. Conscription for 3 gold. That's a little bit more, isn't it? But builder production, something that never goes out of style. So we'll take that. I've just seen Portugal running around with a catapult. Definitely something that we need to be a little bit wary of. That don't like catapults just randomly running through my lands. Well, I've made friends with Germany, a Spanish-German alliance. Who'd have thought it? Where are my luxuries? Why are there no luxuries on Iberia? Come on, just nowhere to settle. All right, fine. If I can't have a luxury, where are the strategics? I mean, again, come on. Fine, right. In that case, I might as well just settle based on just raw location. There's the iron working. There we go. We got a bit of the era score from doing that, which is great. And our cities are now significantly stronger if we do get attacked. Just going to get the ancestral hall quickly. All cities receiving a 3 builder, which is really, really good. I don't want to miss out on any of these extra builders, especially because I'm going to get extra population as well. So because of that, I'm going to chop out a wood or 2 to make that happen faster. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this settler over there. Whilst I've got the time, this settler is going to be the one that goes over there, and this one is going to go further north to go to the French-Spanish border. See if I can settle a little bit closer and stop myself from losing all of that space. I'm also going to go and settle in this area as well. Oh man, I wish I could have settled there. But the idea being I want to stay off the coast so that I can put a harbour down if I want, but Portugal isn't going to just attack me via galley rush, which is very likely right now. Scotland has 73 science. Don't worry about that. I'm sure that's fine. Oh, they own Amsterdam. Did they take that aggressively? I don't know. Oh, they've got amber though. You know what? Scotland, I like you. You're my friend. How about we have open borders? Oh, what does everyone want? Really dodgy deals for open borders? Fine, have some diplo favor. What does that even mean? I'm literally promising you empty promises here. That's what I'm going for. But Dutch, I did wonder where you were as soon as I saw Amsterdam. I don't think you're long for this world, unfortunately. Yeah, this is what I thought. Portugal just like casually flying around with a bunch of galleys everywhere. I don't want it. No, not today. So I just had a builder stolen by a barbarian swordsman, which is an absolute pain in the bottom, and I've only got 9 turns left of the classical era, of which I'm still in a dark age. However, I think we can probably get this sorted a little bit. I'm going to get some era score from getting Portugal's army to stand down from Granada, which is 2 era score, and I've just finished the ancestral hall. So whilst my capital becomes a settler spam once again, I can now take the governor and go back to the pioneer, and here we go. Land acquisition. New cities start with an extra 4 tiles and +4 loyalty in all cities. That really, really helps. But I've now got a builder and 4 extra tiles and an extra population every time I sit. There's Barcelona, which is really annoying because this city was probably supposed to be Barcelona, but never mind. It's Seville instead, which is supposed to be down there. Never mind. And there's Valencia. You know what? If you know where things are in Spain, I would say best thing you can do in this game is just look away. And sure, it's fine. But the levied army stands down, and I can start to spread my religion. And every time I do, I get a glorious 2 era score, which is just wonderful. However, it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm going to need a bunch of extra era score. In fact, I need to get to 43. I need 12 era score within 8 turns. I mean, how hard could it be? Let's get sailing to start with. That will help. If I can get my missionaries to these cities really quickly, that will definitely help. I'm nowhere near sprawling empire because I think there's been Ludwig has 9 cities. So yeah, I'd have to get to 12, which is pretty difficult. Not saying it's impossible, but it would be pretty difficult. Another +4 campus looks delightful to me. I really would like the commercial hubs down as soon as possible, but the extra science, I can't argue with that. It's too good. Now that I've got sailing, I was making my way down to construction as soon as possible, so we'll get that going as fast as we can. And I think exploring the sea has got to be a good move as well. So we'll go and maybe explore the coast of Europe, see if we can find anybody along the coastline. But there is my first boat to Iriscore. I just realized if I put a commercial hub down there, I would have got 3 Iriscore. Oh, that could have been a bit of a mistake. We're ages away from our mission as well, which is an education. I reckon Portugal, 51 era score. Yeah, they're going to go golden this time around. They could cause me problems. Saying that, I've got a bunch of decent abilities that should suppress any influence Portugal has over me. But do I just assume we're going for another normal age in that it's actually the Renaissance is going to be when we go golden? I mean, monumentality, I won't lie, would have been quite useful. Yeah. I you know what, I think rushing this may be problematic unless I meet like a huge amount of extra people, which is possible, but I think I've left not enough time. I have to say, considering the start of the game though, we managed to sort of throttle Portugal enough for me to just feel like I've actually got a foothold here. I don't know how long we can hold this, but for now, it's okay. Quick little watermill boost in Madrid and bam. Oh yeah, construction's boosted. We've got a nice wheat tile going on there as well. And I'm going to start chopping out a couple of settlers because ultimately you have to ask yourself, why not? So this is one of those fun occasions where I'm coming back to a game after sleeping on it. So I'm back in the morning, new recording session, and the one thing I'm regretting doing massively is not diversifying my districts a little bit. If I'd gone for a commercial hub, that would have given me some era score. I could have then done something else, like maybe a theatre square or something. I don't know. We could have done something, I think. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any way this normal age is going to be avoided. Maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll meet a bunch of people in the med. It could happen. You never know. It could happen. I also do have the movement, in theory, to make it to Valencia. That would be 37 era score, so 38. I mean, yeah, if we could chop something out, that would be good. Madrid, it's not going to grow fast enough to get another district. Could have settled, if I'd settled there, I would have settled a city on a different continent as well. There's ways I could have done this, but hey, look, the game's not over, you know? Sometimes you need to sort of sleepwalk into something a little bit to really inspire you into doing something amazing later. So that's what we're going to say. Well, there's Poland, so that's one person. I've got a scout at the top of the map desperately heading right. Love to sample your hospitality. Yes. Show me other people, please. I need to know. How many people has Poland met? 3. She's at war with a bunch of them as well, so you never know. I'm going to take a gamble and annoy Portugal by converting their closest city. I've got 3 turns and enough faith that I can move in with 2 turns remaining and do 1 charge. And then 1 turn remaining. I've got 2 charges there. It's going to be close as to whether or not I can pull this off. But if anyone's going to be cheeky enough to do it, it's me. So we're going to give it a go. Portugal knew exactly what I was about to do that, and they've countered with a missionary of their own. Zone of control. Zone of control. Of all of the times that they could have done that, that is the worst timing for me. Sneaky. Scout doesn't find anything. This is 2 turns remaining. Come on, boat. Come on, boat. Find someone. Nope. Well, at least I got another campus sorted. That in itself is actually pretty handy. Is it worth it? Is it worth rushing this? Hang on, I'll pull my galley back in this direction. There's so many barbs. Exploring the med is proving tricky. I'm not going to find anybody else. So I could use this missionary on the city. I'm not going to convert it. So I'm not going to get the era score there. I could convert my own city. That would put me to 38. I was holding this settler because I could have settled slightly early and that would have given me another city I could convert. So I would have got to 40. So that would have been 42. Yeah, I had to meet somebody. That's close. It felt close. Like I pushed that very, very close, but alas, it's not to be. So because of that, I'm going to save my era score for next turn. But that, I mean, I'm fairly impressed with how much we did manage to rush that one. Well, because of this, what I think I'll do is I was going to move my cities around. I don't want to settle too close to Madrid. I want Madrid to be nice and populous and big. So that's why I'm leaving a little bit of a gap around my capital. I don't want to, if you go 4-tile settlements all the way around your capital, it gets squeezed. You can't grow. You can't move out and do wonderful things with your life if you've got no space to stretch your limbs, So that's why I'm doing that. that. And I won't convert Portugal's city for now. For now is the main word here. I may later. Why is Portugal not trading with me? Got 248 gold per turn coming in. You're not trading with me at all. Come on. I guess it's because I'm inland and they haven't sent a trade route around there yet. Stop seizing Granada. Oh, this is going to be such an arms race for this city-state. It's going to be horrendous. I really want Alcazars. What an improvement. Or if I look at my appeal in my cities, look at that. Crazy. Oh, Hinduism just took a big hit there. What happened? I think Portugal must have had a missionary get killed or something like that. So my government's still looking pretty good. However, what we're going to do now is look and, yep, Portugal is in a golden age. That is, we're going to have to watch a little bit. But I think the loyalty for now is okay. And I don't think I've got any problems with where I settle at the moment. That's also good. So yeah, we can survive Portugal's golden age. I'm going to go monumental. No, Exodus again, because the 2 era scale, every time I convert a city to my religion, I've got 3 that's going to happen almost immediately. So that's 6 era score. And the more I settle, the more I get of that. So I am a huge believer in that. It's a really, really good source of era score. And there you go. Let's start picking up that era score. 2 already. Oh, I really would have enjoyed monumentality. I'm not trading strategics for Portugal. Everybody on this map, you are not the ones I'm going to be trading with. Like, I do not want you to be marching up with men at arms on my borders in like 5 turns, which you absolutely would do. Mass production is being boosted. I could have gone free inquiry and got the era score for getting all of these Eurekas. I still think getting religion is an easier way of doing it in the longer run. Voting time, and I would love it if city centre buildings get put through because I've got a lot of monuments that need building and strength. Now Portugal's going to push this on their religion. I'll vote for mine. You never know. It might go to a draw, but if Hinduism gets voted here, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. No, Confucianism, not Portugal's religion. That's good. I'm keeping an eye out for my next governor, and the harbour master did attract my attention. So I get Eurekas for celestial navigation and shipbuilding when recruited, or the tech if I haven't done it. So improve TC resources and own 2 galleys. That, I think, those are pretty easy to boost. Naval units trained in the city that I put the governor in also start with a 3 promotion. So that's fun as well. But production towards harbour buildings and districts in merchant navy, that's really good. Ports of call, 2 food, 2 production, and 2 housing in coastal cities. And then agriculture, 1 food and production from unimproved coastal lake and ocean tiles. These are really good things if I do end up making colonies. And then building naval units and navigational tools will help me build an armada. There is a lot of fun stuff in Harbour Master. I'm also looking at Architect. This one gives me the ability to have 1 extra charge on builders and making them quicker, and also district production. That's huge. 2 production in every city, 50% production towards city centre buildings, and extra immunities from luxuries, and 4 power in every city. That is late game, a really, really good one. Curator is also something I'm relatively interested in as well. Building theatre squares is also always fun, but great works. I can buy these with my gold, and having a high culture Spain, I always find that to be quite a fun strategy. So I've got options. I'm still considering what to do, but if I do go for Harbour Master, I want all of my cities to be on the coast. So that's something I will be focusing on now. Making sure my cities are on the coast like this, and then if I do get the bonus, that's good. I was avoiding the coast for a little bit because I didn't want Portugal to just march in with their huge galley army, but I feel a little safer about it all now, I will say. Now, I don't know if that safety is warranted. It could be entirely misplaced, but you know, what can you do? Quick cheeky amount of era score as well. And a boost to Reformed Church. Later down the line, Spain with Reformed Church. Oh, now that is a combo we like. My second galley as well. We now have the boosts of shipbuilding and celestial navigation. So Harbour Master will give me both of those techs if I pick it up. It's starting to look increasingly like a good idea. And there's also Urban Boom in Pioneer. 2 housing and 2 amenities in every city. Combined with my Pantheon, that means if I put a holy site in a city on a river, I will get 4 housing and 4 amenities in every city. I could go very wide and still be very happy. So that is cool. Oh, an aid request went through and I wasn't party to it. That is a little bit frustrating. I would have liked to have been party to that aid request, but never mind. Always try and join in with any aid request you can. It always helps in the long run because you can go for that sneaky diplo victory if the game isn't working out for you. I'm actually going to try and go to the Spanish-French border and solidify that now, because if I can settle in Western Europe and have a couple of cities to and from Western Europe, I can get my trade route bonus going nice and early. 9 gold, 6 faith, and 3 production on a trade route is a huge bonus. This trade route is ready to go. absolutely ready to go and do something really cool. I think at the moment, the best thing I could do is work on getting really good roads. Where are my possibilities from Seville? Oh, actually, look, I can go from Seville to Geneva. That's a city-state route, but it would give me the full bonuses. So it's a choice. Either I put a road from Valencia to Barcelona down and make a road through the entirety of my empire, which would be really, really handy, or I go Geneva to Seville and get the yields. What's more effective? I'm going to go for yields. I don't know if that's the correct thing to do. I honestly don't know if that's the correct thing to do, but, you know, gold, faith, production, all these things, they never tend to be a bad move. Is that Kilwa being built already? It is. It's turn 94 and Rome is going for Kilwa. Blimey, there are some good civs on this game. Just going to switch urban planning to scripture for a bit more faith per turn. We've still got the settlers, we've still got builders being produced. These are all wonderful things, but now what we can do is get ourselves temples. Extra 4 faith per turn is a really good thing, but being able to improve my religion and get my apostles out in case Portugal wants to go to war. I'm actually tempted to leave Portugal's religion alone, because then I have a constant +5 combat bonus against them, and that's really handy. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Madrid finally making work on all of these woods. If I'm putting lumber mills on all of them, I was thinking about whether I chop them out or not, and I've decided against it, but maybe chopping out would have been the play. There we go. There's the Geneva trade route. 4 production, 12 gold, 1 science, 6 faith per turn. That 6 faith per turn is actually really handy. Hopefully I'll be able to improve my religion nice and quickly with that. Portugal has levied Granada again, which means I can put an envoy in there and get another 2 era score for saying no. Hopefully they keep doing that and I just can keep grinding era score that way. Oh, Portugal, what are you doing? Oh, Portugal has settled all over Africa already. I did fear that was going to happen. I really did fear that was going to happen. I mean, I did limit Portugal, but that's not a problem. I said, you know, maybe I could take Portugal on the colonies side and steal some African colonies. This could be the exact time to do it. Oh, this World Conference is amazing. Just popping out all of these city centre buildings so cheaply. How many cities is Portugal on now? 5. So they only got 2 colonies into Africa. I need to kind of pin them off a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to actually get the Harbour Master. I was thinking about doing something different, but Harbour Master would be very, very handy for me. Get those techs, start sending settlers to Africa as quickly as we can. And I'm going to ask for their open borders. I'm not going to give them mine, but that will be quite useful because then I can get around them. But we're going to keep an eye on their colonies. Oh, there's another settler there. Yeah. This is annoying. I could formal war Portugal at any point, actually, because Ludwig, my friend, has denounced them. So that would count as being a formal war, and we could go and steal like 1 city or 2 and just peg them out of Africa, but I'm going to need a lot of production to do that because I'm going to need a lot of boats. I do not have a navy, and Portugal has 864 military strength. That is not an amount to mess around with, you know. That is an angry amount. I could eventually go for, where is it? The Spy Master. Get extra spies, start spying on Portugal really nicely. I mean, oh, that would be nice. Yeah, we've got options here. There are a lot of fun options. Portugal also has Fez on side. They're going to have them locked down. Yeah, very much locked down. So we won't have much luck there. I'm thinking of a government switch. Classical Republic is fun, but if I've already unlocked the card, I could change to oligarchy, get 4 combat strength on my galleys. Then I've got +5 from having a different religion. That's +9 total. And if I could get a spy out or something, we could maybe get to +12. Deity bonus is +4, so it would be, you know, if I would assume +9, it would go to a +5 bonus, but that is a really helpful amount. Just trying to lure this barbarian away with my missionary. I'm trying to slip my settler through. The barbs have crossbows. I don't like that. That is very tough, and my units cannot handle that one. Madrid, population 10. Look at that, beautiful city. I guess a commercial hub at some point is going to be needed. So do we do this now? Do I just keep printing settlers for a bit? Keep printing settlers. I think I'm going to need to get into Africa as soon as I can. Oh, you know what I'm really regretting on this part of the map? A road. I knew I should have done that. Hungary, 83 science per turn Hungary. That's always slightly worrying, but hello, good to meet you anyway. I guess encampment is actually another idea for my capital. I could try and use Granada's production to get myself some settlers, but I don't think it's quite ready for that at the moment. Oh, I really want the commercial hub. Being torn in a lot of different directions, but here's a temple. Okay, gonna crank out some serious faith per turn now. Come on, Barb. North of the river. Follow the missionary. Follow the bright shiny object. Follow the light. Yes. It's working. It's working. Oh my goodness. If I can slip my settler through here, that's going to be an absolute joke. Okay, I want you to be able to see me. Here, go on. Follow me across to the geothermal fissure. You know you want to. I'm now on to unlocking my mission. This is my unique improvement, and it's a really good building, but only if you put it down in a different continent. Otherwise, it just gives you 2 faith and a little bit of loyalty. But if you do put it on another continent, it's actually worth 4 faith, an extra production, and an extra food. So it becomes like the first thing you build in any city. Good chunk of faith, and a little bit of housing, and a little bit of... Does it give housing? No, not housing. Sorry, food and production, though. So, yeah, really, really good. But I don't tend to bother building it in my own continent. Tends to never really be a point in that. It's working. It's working. Yes. Yes. Keep heading in this direction. Do I get 2 housing and 2 amenities in every city? I don't need it yet. At the moment, I don't have enough cities for it to be a problem. Do I go for Spy Master? No, I think I've got to go for the Harbour Master. So this means that, yeah, I'm going to just start to build a bit of a navy. The only way we're going to take on Portugal. Celestial navigation, done. Shipbuilding, done. I can now embark units and we can go to Africa. Oh, Portugal do have caravels though. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to arms race with them on this one. And their science is really, really good. They're well ahead of me. I'm on 17 techs and they're only in 18. All right, so the fact they've got a caravel means that they've just beelined it massively. But okay, Scotland. We've made an ally of Scotland. Very technologically savvy Scotland. So I think in the long run, that's going to be a very useful thing for us. And recorded history. Oh, that's a good one. Natural philosophy. I'm going to pop that in for another 9 science per 10. Unless we wanted to change government. Now, here's the thing. I probably do want to change government to go oligarchy, but the war is not yet upon us. So I'm not going to do it just yet. Not going to do it just yet because Portugal with caravels mean that I can't scratch these cities. So we're going to have to just keep pushing it for a little while. Bide our time. Strike only when the iron is hot. Cool thing this mod does, by the way, it actually unlocks fisheries and city parks for pretty much anyone who wants to unlock them in shipbuilding and games of recreation. So because of the governors being changed a little bit, all of Liang's improvements are in different places, which is very good fun. Greece. Greece can often be a little bit of a pain in Africa as well. They tend to be settled out that way when they get, utterly hemmed in sort of Macedonia, Greece, that sort of area. Oh, I realized I never actually assigned my harbour master anywhere. Whoops, never mind. I'm going to just start buying galleys. I don't get preparation on this one because I totally forgot to do it, but we need to go and explore the African coast as quickly as we can. Oh yes, of course, they have the unique caravels, don't they? The now. Oh, it's always good to see that, isn't it? So good to see that. Here is my first settlement, I believe, in Western Europe. So we are really, really manning the border. This should give us a couple of era score. Yep, there you go. Plus, because we're Spain, we get a 3 builder because it's on a different continent. Just that and that alone is a wonderful, wonderful improvement. And I think I can convert to my religion the same turn, which just stops Portugal from getting in that, which is quite nice. Oh, I don't think you're going to like wherever I settle, France. So I'm going to say I'm going to settle where I please. There's only 25 grievances. That's not enough to get anybody upset with me, and she'll forgive me very quickly. But I just want to hold this mountain pass and have cities either side of it. Just means that Spain feels a little safer. Launch an Inquisition. Okay, now that I've done this, 2 era score for doing it first. I tend to be. The AI doesn't really prioritize Inquisitions, which is understandable. Means if Portugal gets any closer to me with their religion, I can start to fight back. However, look at all these settlers. They are really going to start settling on Africa now. We need to stop this. I've got the settler out. That's really good. But I need a harbour now to just start pushing against this to get myself a nice setup in the sea. Lots of galleys. Lots of things that I can upgrade later. I didn't think France would like me. A Spanish-France alliance is always going to be a dodgy thing, but... Oh, now here's a choice. Here is a choice. I could keep exploring with my missionary, or I could actually just quickly pop onto that French city that has just been founded to give myself 2 era score. What do we think? What's the best thing to do here? I do want more places to trade, but I feel like I've got access to quite a few trade routes now. So maybe I just take the era score. Yeah, I'm going to just take the era score. Now, I know I said I was going to diversify my districts, but when you present me with a +7 campus, I'm sorry, it's going to happen. No way I'm not taking that. My troops are merely passing by. Don't worry about it, Portugal. I won't attack you. I don't feel strong enough to attack you. I may do eventually. Granada! Excellent. Now this is a bit more visibility over what Portugal's doing. Yeah, their navy is frighteningly large, but it's okay. Got options. I'm just trying to find the spot to settle on before they do. There's quite a lot of Africa, to be fair, and I think I can get there, but it's just, these settlers. I really should have put a road down here. It's not that I'm regretting this road. It's giving me a lot of gold per turn, but this infrastructure needs to be sorted quickly. I'm also prioritizing quickly harbors and ancient walls in every city on the coast, just in case Portugal decides that, they want to attack me, which they may do. Byzantium, I really want to see a game where Byzantium does really well. They should do well. Like, as AIs go, Byzantium's abilities are, possibly the best in the game. I hate having to pay for open borders, but I'm going to give open borders. I've now got enough economy that I can sort of force friendship with people as I meet them, which is something I do want to start getting into the habit of doing. Suzerain of Granada was lost immediately. Yeah, Portugal's not having any of that. Train a horseman does give an envoy though, so that's a sneaky way I could get through and just steal Granada back, which I'm tempted to do. Friends with Byzantium. There you go. See, starting to work. I'm just making random friends with people now. Era score's looking a lot more positive this time round as well, so that's wonderful. Delegation is most welcome. What's going on here in Porto? Portugal's religion strangely seems to be struggling right now. Only 7 cities. Mine's got 9 and I'm getting 27 gold per turn from it, which is pretty handy. And I realized that my Seville route, of course, if I do finish, now I've got the holy site here. If I pop down a shrine in the temple, eventually I will actually get more gold from the trade route, so definitely something to have a look at in a bit. I have to say, turns like this where I've got 1, 2, 3 cities all about to finish ancient walls at the same time, that is always incredibly satisfying when that happens. You can just go, boom, 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 walls appearing from thin air. Now Portugal has managed to slip like 2 or 3 settlers around me, but luckily for me, it looks like there is some space here for me to go and settle just in this area, which is wonderful. I'm just following Portugal to see where they go and settle. All about visibility, I think. All about visibility this game. Keeping track of Portugal. There is a +4 harbour. That'll be an era score producing harbour for me, which is good. And actually, I will treat myself to at least a shrine, which gives me a little bit more gold per turn from the trade route. But then this missionary can make its way over because I would like to spread my religion to my new cities before I forget. Because what often happens is I begin to colonize and I forget to actually, spread my religion there, and then Portugal ends up doing it and you're like, oh, what a pain. Missions are unlocked. Oh, that's big. That is a big one. Okay, let's go buttress cartography. I need 2 harbors, but we're well on the way to doing that, so that's fine. Ouch. Oh, that crossbow did a huge amount of damage to me, and I was going to try and land there, but this Portuguese warrior knows exactly what I'm up to, so we're going to have to just keep an eye on that, no matter. So I think I'm going to make friends with Gaul, and we've got Germany and Rome on side as well, so our European alliance contingent is actually working really nicely now. Well, Portugal likes the fact that I'm finding the coast now. I don't mind that. Just a steady, uneasy alliance, like a really nice, reliable, uneasy alliance for Portugal does sound quite good, but as I say, I just want to get a good influence on Africa, and yeah, look at this. Their settler did bypass slightly. I feared that might happen. I've just been trying to work on this barb camp to the north of Iberia. It's really proving problematic, but I think we've just about managed to get through, which is quite nice. Do I want extra production towards harbours and naval units and ports of call and stuff like that? Or do I want to go for gold rush? Cities on foreign continents gain 2 food and production. This is really good as well. Actually, the pioneer thing, finisher, domestic trade routes ending in this city gain 2 food and production to their starting city. Oh, I can start sending trade routes back to Madrid. I can do an inverse thing. So my cities get stuff from Madrid, not the other way around. Oh, well, that's an intriguing proposition. I don't mind that at all. Okay, right, let's think about how best to abuse that. Means I'm going to want the diplomatic quarter in my capital, which means I do need to work on a couple of tiles around it, get a builder or 2 out. We can do this. Right, what I'm going to do then is just spend a little bit of gold on my capital. Let's get builder and let's get this diplomatic quarter done. I'm going to lose a little bit of production doing that, which is why I've got to just improve a few tiles, make sure my capital survives. Not that it should have a problem, but I think finishing Pioneer is definitely a good thing. So we'll go Urban Boom briefly. 2 housing and 2 amenities in every city. That's a big one. That's awesome. Yeah, we just made everyone pretty much ecstatic just from one promotion there. So 20% yields on everything. These are the sort of like little base yields, but just keep you happy through the game. And that's exactly what I want to see. Oh, if I didn't think that all of my cities would be immediately destroyed, I would steal a settler, but I can't because Portugal is so strong. There is just no chance of survival if I declared war on Portugal right now. I can see it. I can see people in the comments. Why aren't you stealing Portugal settlers? It's because I'm a wuss, okay? That's literally it. I can't. Yeah, there's Braga. So Portugal has started to continue settling on the coast, but that's fine. We can probably start stealing these cities from loyalty if and when I go golden and Portugal goes dark. Another thing I haven't been invited to. What's going on with these conferences? Military emergencies against somebody I haven't met. Interesting. Who do we reckon that is? Dido? No, Dido should have started on Carthage, so I feel like I would have met them by now. No, I haven't met them. Valletta. Now, Valletta is an absolute dream meet for Spain. Definitely want to keep them in mind for later. But here we go. My first African city on a geothermal fissure as well, which is lovely. 2 era score for settling there. Just going to plonk down that campus for in a bit because that's +6, and we like +6. But otherwise, I'm going to just keep my builders safe in my city until we defeat that crossbow. And yes, I am going to wuss out and build an ancient wall as fast as I can. That is exactly how we're going to start. Are these the Balearic Islands? Oh, my geography can be a little bit mixed, but I realize all around the coast of Europe is technically southern Europe as well, so that's not going to be on a different continent to us. I think I'm bypassing. I think we're just going to go and try and settle around here, like, and get through Portugal's land, which is quite amusing. So we can do that. Barb camp killed. Oh, 3 era score. Very well needed era score. Don't think we'll have a problem getting to a golden age, but never turn it down. That's what I say. There's the diplomatic quarter in my capital. That gives me a 3 envoy. And was I first to meet Valletta? No. That's nuts if I was. I think I was. City centre buildings can be bought with faith. Oh, yes, that's good. This will be the test, actually. Yep, look, 2 era score for doing that. And hopefully, bit of discovery around Africa for me as well. Yep, an African empire, a Spanish African empire. Evangelize belief. What else can we add to our religion? Defender of the faith is very tempting, but I think religious colonization, I can still pick that up, and that's going to save me a lot of time down the road. I mean, it's a bit of a waste of a pick, because just like one missionary will do that. But actually, the amount of times you end up buying lots of expensive missionaries towards the end of the game, I'll take it. So that actually would have been really helpful. But look, I've got a missionary on the way to go and put my religion into Bilbao, so that's fine. Portugal are going to try and grab this spot by the dies, which is a bit annoying. I was going to have to use their land because of all the cliffs. Can't get to it, but if I can pinch that city, you better believe I will. Oh, lighthouse time. Excellent. Oh, these lighthouses. Not only do they make these cities a lot better, we're also going to be in the beautiful, beautiful space of having more trade routes. And if I can start getting trade routes to Madrid, can I get internal routes to Madrid? Can we send it from Bilbao to Madrid? Yes, we can. 5 food, 6 production, 9 gold. Yeah, okay, these are the things we're building up. We're going to start to do internal trade routes from outside the continent to Madrid. And then we could do vice versa as well. Madrid could send them in the opposite direction, and that would be pretty good as well. Portugal, you really need to deal with that barbarian, because if I lose my settler in your land, I mean, I know I have no right to be annoyed about that, but I would be annoyed about that. So sort it out. Do we rush cartography now? My caravels are going to have a tough time against Portugal if I did go to war in that way. Very tough time. Frigates, though. Frigates would be a lot more effective. And, of course, I could use Conquistador as well. Build an aqueduct. Let's get an aqueduct sorted. Let's find Nitre, and I'll let that decide whether or not I think it's going to be a frigate or a caravel rush. Even though Naurs are very, very powerful, they can't survive against a coordinated frigate assault, just because of the range and the fact that frigates can fire without being hit back. So we'll keep that in mind as a good plan. I've got dies now as well. Yay, that's pretty useful. Still printing settlers from Madrid. Just want to make sure that we really do settle all of the places in Spain that we can. Some of them are rubbish though. Like, I could put a city on this side of the mountain range, but what's it going to do? It's just not a very good city. I could settle the other side of the mountains though on... Oh, that tile, yes. How many turns are going to take? 13 turns for my settler to get through. Goodness me, the distances on this map map are quite worrying. Just want to settle away from Madrid a little bit to give it the space that it deserves. So yeah, I will put a city there. Is that grassland? No, is that plains or grassland hill? That's a grassland hill, isn't it? No. Fine, I'll stick it on that tile instead. Yeah, and I can't lie. Just any settlement like that is just such a cheeky opportunity. I have to go for it. And I'm not trying to squeeze cities in. I'd rather have decently spaced and sized cities. I think that's, for me, more important and keeping away from Madrid. So let's settle there. I know I could do the hill, but I don't want to settle too close to Madrid on too many sides. That means this settlement will knock out that space, this one will knock out this space there, and then Iberia will be full. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 settlers needed, and I've already got this one. Okay, yeah, make your way over. That's fine. Sorry, Madrid. I know you're not doing anything but making settlers. I know it's boring. I apologize profusely, but what can you do? We found the Dead Sea in Jerusalem, and I'm just about to find Egypt. We're just pulling now to the Renaissance Golden Age. Too many normal ages in this game. I'm looking forward to breaking through. Yeah, Portugal are definitely going to settle this location. This barbarian has been a real nuisance and stopped me from getting through, but what can you do? Let's just quickly settle there. Yeah, Ludwig likes the fact that I'm doing that for some reason, because I guess my districts are a little bit less now. But what we're going to do is then put this farm down. Oh, I really hoped we could get the feudalism boost. Why is that not happening? I really haven't put many farms down, have I? I mean, that probably explains it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 farms. Is that it? My lord. Don't normally do this, but I will just use Valletta to pray in a watermill to my new city here, because I've got 2 sources of wheat both being worked, and that's very fun. Hello, Egypt. I'd love to start sending trade routes to you, because I get all the food in the world. Oh, she's buying luxuries for so much as well. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. That's what you like to see. We'll keep buying luxuries from people, but I've just managed to rake in about 700-800 gold, which puts me well and truly into the place that I can start using my gold to get settlers. There's no point waiting for the monumentality age. I'm just going to start doing it. They're very expensive, but I can build them and send them into Africa at a much easier rate here. So that's what we're going to do. Harbour finished. We're well and truly into a golden age now. That's wonderful. And Granada, I'm just going to pick that up again. I need my alliance in this area. Yeah, Portugal is no way it's not going to settle that city. So I'm going to move my settler on and keep going round the coast until we get somewhere fun. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!